Speedway, it's time for the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Tonight's action is being brought to you by Mechanix Wear, the real stuff, and by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge.
Well, hi, everybody. I'm J.R. Ibarra. Cajon Speedway for the second round of the 2001 season for the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. 30 trucks on hand for tonight's race. Only 24 are going to be tonight's main event. So what is the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge all about? Let's have a closer look.
The NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series has spawned several different truck racing divisions over the past few years. But one of the fastest growing and most popular of the bunch is the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Based on a set of rules that gives a very equal playing field for all the competitors, the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge has become an extremely competitive series that is quickly becoming a favorite among fans throughout the Southwest. Series founder Jay Rutherford gives us more details on this very exciting racing series.
Speed truck. JR, basically, speed truck is a NASCAR-style full two-wheel chassis with a 330 horsepower coupled to a two-speed direct drive transmission to an aluminum quick-change rear end on 8-inch Goodyear Eagle tires. The bodies are available in the Chevy S10, Ford Ranger, Toyota Tacoma, and as of late, a GMC Sonoma.
Why was this series developed?
Well, understanding what's happened to the exploding cost of racing across the country, specifically here in the Southwest, a sponsor's wallet always seems to drive a championship. In other words, with the right money, you can literally buy a championship. The idea was to take the sponsor's wallet out of the thing and showcase the driver talent.
Why has Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge become such a popular and successful series?
There, we manufacture identical turnkey race trucks with sealed engines, thus trying to prevent. We wish to have everybody in an identically matched, again, showcasing driver talent. From a sophistication standpoint, they are every much a NASCAR craft truck at 1/5 of the cost and 1/20th of the annual operating expense. Again, take the sponsor wallet out of the equation. This formula certainly provides a showcase.
Now, it appears that a lot of you are fairly well sponsored. They come in with a lot of good support from very well-known companies. How does that happen?
It's a good point, Jar, because, it's very easy to sell these guys a truck. But I don't think my job is done until I've provided enough money for these guys to keep those trucks on the track. Again, it is important that you guys understand sponsorship marketing. We teach that class. And we make it generally pretty easy for these guys to attract sponsors due to the fact that we have television. Sponsors love television because they can provide an immediate return on investment and measurable benefit.
So anybody who competes in this series really gets a complete package, not only a age trip from you guys, but they know how to market it in the right way, and they can hopefully come up with a sponsor that will help them support this racing competitor.
You're exactly correct. Again, it's important that we help develop these teams from a sponsorship standpoint as well as a driving standpoint. But yes, so I think the Speed Truck Challenge surely has it all.
How does somebody get in contact to know more about the Speed Truck Challenge?
I'll give you a couple of different ways to do it. Of course, you can look at our website, which is www.speedtruck.com. You can email me at speedtruck@earthlink.net. Or, of course, you can contact me by telephone at 909 area code 949-4780.
Stay with us. We'll have our starting lineup and 50 laps of racing as the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge will continue from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is brought to you by Linux, the official bed liner of the Speed Truck Challenge. Easy Up Instant Shelters, the world's fastest shelters, the original shade. K&N Performance Filters, you can feel the power in the air. And Biohydration Labs, hydrate for life.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the Mechanix wear.
This telecast is being brought to you by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Available in better nutrition stores and your local Speedway.
We take any truck deck, spray it, and you can do this. Linux.
Race fans, you can get behind the wheel of a NASCAR stock car at Irwindale Speedway for just $139. Call toll-free 877-901-RACE. That's right, for just $139, you'll be roaring around the high-bank turns of Irwindale Speedway in a 400-horsepower NASCAR stock car. Don't miss this opportunity to live life in the fast lane at the Race Training Center at Irwindale Speedway. Call toll-free 877-901-RACE for reservations or visit us at www.racetrainingcenter.com.
Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Frank's Radio Service. One way to do two ways, and that's Frank's Way. Portacool, portable cooling anywhere. Speedway Specialty Products, top quality products for all your racing needs. And the Race Training Center. Put a little fast in your life.
Welcome back to Cajon Speedway, everybody, for 50 laps of racing with the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. So let's take a look at tonight's starting lineup. On the pole, in truck number 10, the Ford, Troy DeCure. On the outside, Jeff Davis in the 1 truck, the Winston West veteran. Row 2, it's Chris Hines, a 01. Ron Peterson in the number 2 truck on the outside. Row 3, the number 7, Richard Franz. Danny Stockman, number 9, on the outside of row 3. Scott Saunders, the inside of row 4, with Andy Bargear in the 21 truck. Ron Nava, number 72, with John Holmes, number 18, on the outside of row number 5. Row number 6, Dave Hartsuck in the number 30 truck. And Randy Brown, the 2000 Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge Rookie of the Year in the number 99 truck. Row 7, it's Kerry Steen, number 37, and Donnie Goodwin, number 33. Row number 8, Troy Anderson in the number 6 truck with Peter Guy in the number 29 Linux truck, but he could be having some mechanical troubles and may not make tonight's main event. Row number 9, Bob Larson, number 20, with Jim Perry, number 26. Row 10, it's Bobby Hillis in the 27 truck with Jeff Roachlew in truck 13. Inside of row 11 in the number 5 truck, it's Eduardo Getters with Jake Hodges in the number 17 truck. And finally, to row number 12, on the inside, it's Dan DiGiacomo in the 31 truck. And on the outside, in the 14 truck, Luis Iglesias. Here's a look at our in-truck cameras for tonight. Jeff Davis in the number 1 truck, the Big Daddy's barbecue cam. Who's your daddy? The 01 truck, Chris Hines with Frank's Radio Service. There's only one way to do two ways. That's Frank's Way. And finally, our third in-truck camera, truck number 2, Ron Peterson, the Linux cam. Linux, the official bedliner of the Speed Truck Challenge. For our 50 laps of racing action, let's head upstairs to Tom McGrath.
So it's DeCure on the pole with the number 1 of Jeff Davis, the experienced Winston West competitor. And the Big Daddy's barbecue sauces and spices. Who's your daddy? Well, Jeff Davis knows as he starts on the outside of front row of this Mechanix Speedway Truck Challenge. Green is out. We are racing as 24 trucks thunder into turn number 1. DeCure and the number 1 of Jeff Davis still door handle into turns 3 and 4. Chris Hines, the quick qualifier, running side by side with Ronnie Peterson. Peterson, last week's main event winner. At Irwindale. And Peterson was the main event winner here at Cajon Speedway last year, the closing Speed Truck Challenge main event. But right now, it's Jeff Davis who has jackrabbited away from the field. He's got about a 5 as he crosses the start-finish line on lap number 3, this 50-lap main event. Chris Hines in the second spot. DeCure now holding down a solid 3rd place. Peterson 4th. And the number 9 truck of Danny Stockman out of Yucaipa. And the Stock All Services machine in the 4th position as we see our first yellow flag of the event. Coming on lap number 4. We're not caution for the night, so let's step aside for a timeout. You're watching the Mechanix Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Dowson Products, Total Team Management Systems, Goodyear Eagle Tires, number 1 in racing, Mechanix Wear, real stuff, and by Trick Racing Fuel. We fuel your fun.
what the mechanics wear.
This telecast is being brought to you by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Available in better nutrition stores and your local Speedway.
We take any truck bed, spray it, and you can do this. Line.
Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Yale Chase Materials Handling Solutions Company, Grow Enterprises, the ultimate driver restraint system, race-made alternators, all your alternating needs, fine line signs and graphics, your one-stop corporate shop, and by King Taco. For the best tacos in Los Angeles, call 1-800-KING-TACO.
Let's get back to the action on the track. We're back under green, working on lap number 8, and it's still Jeff Davis, the seasoned veteran behind the wheel of the Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauces and Spices truck. And he can be tough to run down from there. But we're very early in the race, and of course, for these big trucks, we'll see how tire wear and taking care of the brakes on this short 3/8 mile bull ring here at Cajon Speedway, how that's going to pay off. And whether it becomes a factor towards races in. One guy that's pretty adept at saving those tires, although it doesn't look like it now the way he was sliding that truck sideways into turn 3 and 4, was Ron Peterson. He will not have any tires underneath that truck if he continues to drive it that hard into the corner. He is being pressed, however, by the number 9 of Danny Stockman. Stockman all over the rear tailgate of Ron Peterson's truck. And I think Peterson's going to yield to Stockman this time as they go into turn number 1. And yes, indeed, the number 9 of Danny Stockman taking over the 3rd spot. Jeff Davis still got the Big Daddy's machine up front with the 01 of Chris Hines from Chandler, Arizona, who is celebrating his 38th birthday behind the wheel of his Mechanics Wear Speed Truck here at Cajon Speedway. Stockman coming out of turn number 4 very high that time, and Peterson not letting him get away. Meanwhile, coming up to join that battle for the 3rd and 4th spot is the number 7 truck of Richard Franz from Glendale, California. A number of these trucks, of course, have in-car cameras. And so I'm sure you're enjoying some of the pictures from the trucks that we have these. Ronnie Peterson, one of them. And Peterson's truck has a camera that's facing the rear of the truck because he's been fortunate to lead a lot of races this year. And figured that the view would be better looking back from his truck than ahead. As the yellow comes out, we have the number 5 truck in the infield over here in turn number 2. He's got the truck fired back up now, does a donut in the grass, gets it headed in the right direction. Eduardo Goiters, the driver from Mexico City, in the Biohydration Labs machine. We've got 3 drivers back from Mexico City joining the Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge in 2001. Got caution on the track, so let's step aside for another break. You're watching the Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by RaceTruckRental.com. Arrive and drive. King Racing Wheels, always in the winner's circle. Wayne's Engines, the largest engine rebuilder in the Inland Empire. And Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauces and Spices. Who's your daddy?
This is a pair of Mechanics Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the Mechanix wear.
This telecast is being brought to you by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Available in better nutrition stores and your local Speedway. The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Linux, the official bed liner of the Speed Truck Challenge. Easy Up Instant Shelters, the world's fastest shelters, the original shade. K&N Performance Filters, you can feel the power in the air. And Biohydration Labs, hydrate for life.
Welcome back once again to Cajon Speedway. And it's Jeff Davis, the veteran, out in front with Chris Hines in his rearview mirror. The number 9 truck of Danny Stockman in the third spot as the green flies, bringing the field out of turn number 4. And yes, indeed, you can hear the thunder for those Chevrolet motors underneath the hoods of these speed trucks. 350 cubic inch Vortex Chevrolet motors under each of the hoods of these trucks. And of course, the car owner or truck owner has the option of body styles: Chevrolet, Dodge, Toyota, and Ford. Working on lap number 28. It's still the Jeff Davis show with Chris Hines in close pursuit, and now Stock trying the outside on Hines. Ron Peterson, the main event winner here at Cajon Speedway last year, relegated to the 4th position, and he can only guess if Peterson is just biding his time, trying to save the tires for that end of race challenge. The 7 truck now trying the inside on Peterson, and it looks like he may have him. Richard Franz. Franz in his German Motors Chevy S10 moves into the 4th position. Jeff Davis now seems that his car, or truck I should say, is hooked up for the long runs. The longer the field runs under green, the more that lead seems to stretch for Davis, as now he's got about a 6 or 7 truck lead over the 01 truck of Chris Hines. .33 laps showing on the board, and yellow flag flies again, and this time we've got a truck at the crash wall along the west side straightaway. It's the number 6 truck of Troy Henderson out of Riverside, California. The yellow flag is waving once again, so let's step aside for a short break. We'll be back with more of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Frank's Radio Service. There's only one way to do 2 ways, and that's Frank's Way. Portacool, portable cooling anywhere. Speedway Specialty Products, top quality products for all your racing needs. And the Race Training Center, put a little fast in your life.
Wear what the Mechanix wear.
This telecast is being brought to you by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Available in better nutrition stores and your local Speedway. The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Delson Products, Total Tool Management Systems, Goodyear Eagle Tires, #1 in racing, Mechanix Wear, the real stuff, And by Trick Racing Fuel. We fuel your fun.
Let's get back to the action on the track. Got some young drivers in this Speed Truck Challenge field tonight. 18-year-old Randy Brown behind the wheel of the 99 car. Guy that started his racing, like many of the drivers in the field here tonight, in go-karts and in quarter midgets. As they group up, green flag is out, and there goes Hines trying the inside on Jeff Davis. They're going to see if he can get the drop on him right at the start, because Davis has been leaving the field the longer they stay on green. Out of turn number 4, Jeff Davis. A car length over Chris Hines. And Davis begins to build a lead once again as they work on lap number 38. Peterson back to the 3rd spot. Don't count out Ronnie Peterson. He, another experienced veteran of not only truck racing, but just about any form of racing he goes fast in. Peterson starting to press the issue with Chris Hines as they are working on lap number 40. They've got a slow truck that just pulled off the infield that they're going to have to negotiate around. The 27 truck of Bob Hillis, who got into the infield and back on. And here comes Davis. Davis slips underneath him coming off of turn number 2 on lap 41. And Davis still a truck length lead over Chris Hines. Working on the 42nd lap. It's still the Jeff Davis show. Got that Big Daddy's truck out in front on every lap of the race. Davis up to challenge and pass the 20 of Bob Larson. Larson running off the pace and being put down by the field as Hines gets into the tailgate of Davis. And Davis goes around and takes a couple of trucks with him. Well, you were wondering when one of these guys behind Jeff Davis was going to make a move and how long it was going to take and when it was going to happen. Jeff Davis and Chris Hines get together in turn number 4. The action continues, but let's step aside for a break. You're watching the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge from Cajon Speedway.
The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by Yale Chase Materials Handling, the Material Handling Solutions Company, Champion Awards and Specialties, Race Made Alternators, all your alternating needs, Fine Line Signs and Graphics, your one-stop corporate shop, and by King Taco. For the best tacos in Los Angeles, call 1-800-KING-TACO.
This is a pair of Mechanix Wear gloves. This is what they do. This is a pair of Mechanix Wear shoes. This is what they do. These are many of the other Mechanix Wear products. This is how you get them. Wear what the Mechanix wear.
This telecast is being brought to you by Pentahydrate Super Pro, the official drink of the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Available in better nutrition stores and your local speedway. The Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge is being brought to you by RaceTruckRental.com. Arrive and drive. King Racing Wheels, always in the winner's circle. Champion Awards and Specialties. And Big Daddy's Barbecue Sauces and Spices. Who's your daddy?
We're back under green with the Mechanix Wear Speed Truck Challenge. Hines leads Ronnie Peterson back into turn number 1. They're working on lap number 48. John Holmes in a solid third spot. And if Peterson's got anything left in that number 2 Dodge Dakota of his, he's got to let it all hang out now. Hines holding down the low side here as he goes into turn 3 and 4. And the white flag comes out, 3/8 of a mile for Chris Hines to go. They come out of turn number 2. The last time they drag race into turn 3 down the west side straightaway. Chris Hines still running that low side of the track. Double checkers flying, and it's Hines across the line in front of Peterson, Holmes, DeCure, and the 21 truck of Andy McGear. And they shake it up all the way into turn number 1. Everybody trying to get that last position to pick up that last point or two. And sliding high, wide, and handsome and turning a 180 and 360 down into turn number 1. It was the number 4 truck finishing up an exciting night of racing action. That was Scott Saunders. And there is your race winner in the 01 truck, Chris Hines.
There's tonight's winner of our main event, Chris Hines in the 01 truck. Here's a quick look at the rest of the top 10. Finishing second was Ron Peterson, followed by John Holmes. Troy DeCure finishing 4th. Andy Bargear in the 5th position. Ron Nava finishing 6th. Scott Saunders in the 7th position. Kerry Steen was 8th. Randy Brown was 9th. And Bobby Sayers finishing up the top 10. Here's a look at the rest of the finishing order for tonight's Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge main event. That's going to wrap things up from Cajon Speedway. Thanks for joining us. For Tom McGrath, I'm J.R. Ibarra. Remember, coming up April 28th, the Mechanics Wear Speed Truck Challenge returns to Cajon Speedway. Till then, so long. Thanks for joining us.